Welcome to the Director's Cut of Christian Nutrition, the show where we review every single episode of VeggieTales chronologically. And by we, I mean just me. Welcome! Today we're reviewing Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Minnesota Cuke and the Search for Noah's Umbrella. It's like they're the same movie or something. This episode was released in 2009, a mere 4 years after Minnesota Cuke and the Search for Samson's Hairbrush. You know, at this point, people have probably given up on them doing a sequel to that episode, but they did. And they didn't parody the second Indiana Jones movie like I was kind of hoping they would. Instead, they parodied Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which is almost a copy of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah. If you haven't watched the Indiana Jones films, please do, or at least watch the first and the third one, for that's what the Minnesota Cuke episodes are parodying, and you'll get more enjoyment out of these episodes. But anyways, with all that needless exposition out of the way, let's review Minnesota Cuke and the Search for Noah's Umbrella.
Hi kids, and welcome to VeggieTales. I'm Bob the Tomato. Larry, what's with the bag?
Larry is now becoming the personification of sad emoji face. 8 years before that stupid emoji movie came out.
Hello. As you can see, I'm an emoji.
Larry who?
Larry who? Well, Larry you.
The cucumber has left the building.
Ladies and gentlemen, Reggie has left the building. Thank you and good night.
Oh, Bob, I'm so ashamed. I don't want the kids to see me like this.
Like what?
Like this.
Ah! The horror! He's so ugly.
Before the show, I stopped for lunch at Burger Bell.
Yeah.
Well, I ordered the 4-piece nuggets with fries and a milk.
And?
And it came with a toy, but I couldn't get it out of the wrapper.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Just before I dipped my first nugget, I bowed my head and sang a little song, thanking God for my yummy lunch. My mom and dad always taught me to thank God for my food. They laughed at me, Bob.
What? Who laughed at you?
The kids in the other booth. They laughed at me for singing over my nuggets.
I think I used the sound of silence too early. It should have been used on this clip, not the one before. I apologize to all of you. Man, if only there's like a way I could just like fix it easily on a computer or something.
I'm thinking we might shift gears today. Joey from Philadelphia. We'll get to your question on the next show.
That sounds like the InnerTube show. You know, they can go months without answering even one question. In fact, some have argued they've never answered a question ever. Is that reference too obscure for you? Let me know if that's too obscure for you.
If you have questions for the InnerTube, questions@innertubeshow.com is our email address. Next week, we will talk about 2016, what went on, and send us in questions. We'll try to maybe get to one or two next week if we can. And then...
He'll never find me in here.
40, 41, 42.
Larry and Bob as kids? That's pretty random. Now that may be what you're asking yourselves, but actually they're parodying Last Crusade pretty faithfully here. You see, Last Crusade started off with young Indiana Jones, a younger version of Indiana Jones, and essentially the first 10 minutes of the movie was a pilot for the show Young Indiana Jones. It's also the worst part of that film in my opinion.
Gather close, boys. I've already made my catch.
Wow! You're good! You caught pre-mounted pickerel!
Pre-mounted? You mean like that singing fish that used to be like a thing? It was really popular, but I had forgotten about it until this episode. Man, they're really late with these references.
The Muskie of 47? That's Farmer Brown's record-breaking catch. It's been missing for a week. They must have taken it.
Hey, stop it, Larry. First off, the exposition dump, that's my job. That's why I'm here. That's like my whole existence. You can leave those horrendous duties to me. I'll handle them. You just handle the jokes.
It's the Academy Award of Trophy Fish, and now it's mine.
Young Minnesota Cuke announces he will save the day and gives up his only advantage, which was the element of surprise. He Shia LaBeoufs the situation by swinging on a tire swing, which is a parody of when in Crystal Skull he was swinging on the, with the monkeys, and wow. Anyways, he nabs the mounted fish from the thieves. He somehow screws that up, and the thieves reacquire the singing mounted fish. Wow, it took Cuke until adulthood to get up off the ground? That must have been a pretty epic fall. Or he's lazy.
1,040,000.
Hold up. I'm supposed to believe that Cuke is still chasing these fiends over the same object all these years later. In fact, it's cut almost as if it's the same exact chase. And with the same object that he's chasing, it probably is. I mean, this is unrealistic, even for VeggieTales. Nonsensical plot aside, Larry gets the mounted fish, but then immediately loses it again. In the end, it doesn't even matter.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Martin, if one more person or fish ever laughs at me again, I'm gonna quit.
Oh, I'm sure none of this is leading anywhere. I'm sure there's no lesson to be learned or anything. By the way, do you guys remember Last Crusade when Indiana Jones met his dad? I wonder if Minnesota Cuke will meet his dad in this episode. Who will play his dad? I actually have no idea.
To Minnesota Cuke, keep away from wicker. Remind me not to go to Pier 1.
So stay away from wicker furniture. Oh, wait, that's the joke you guys just made, and I copied it. I am so ashamed. I'm just gonna...
But you said...
Just call me Min.
As in minimum?
As in Minnesota.
That's MN.
What's MN?
Short for Minnesota.
I'm tall for my age.
What?
What?
That moment when the screenwriter writes a bunch of nonsense and then ends it with a what? To make it seem like it's a joke, and then all the characters look at you because the animator's like, I think it was a joke, but it wasn't funny. You know, that moment.
You see, in my backyard, I'm building a Bible-themed goldfish pond.
Could it be Ken Ham? Is it you? Also, chalk up another business venture that Mr. Nezzer runs. I don't know who's keeping tally, but man, he's got to be at least in double digits by now. At least. Mr. Nezzer, aka Ken Ham, wants Minnesota Cuke to find Noah's Ark. He wants to use it in his theme park. Considering this came out in 2009, I wonder if Ken Ham actually got the idea for his Ark encounter from this episode. I would bet some money on it, actually. As it turns out, Mr. Nezzer had hired Mr. Lunt to do this job before Minnesota Cuke, but Mr. Lunt's now lost, like they don't know where he's at. We find out that the instruction book to find this Ark is on Craigslist. Craigslist? Really? I mean, they're both professionals. Can we treat them with some respect? You guys may think this is just a kid's show and I'm overreacting, but it's VeggieTales, and VeggieTales is love. VeggieTales is life.
Be careful, Mr. Minnesota. There might be other people looking for the Ark as well. Dangerous people.
Stop it, VeggieTales! You're scaring me! No unnecessary stops in Franklin, Tennessee this time. Tisk tisk, I'm just a bit, just a tiny little bit disappointed.
I scream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream.
What brings you to El Pez, the ancient city of candy dispensers?
Hold on, a few things here. One, why are we seeing Petunia again? I mean, I know she was in the previous episode, but if we're really gonna parody Indiana Jones to a T, like they mostly have, Indiana Jones had a Nazi girl in The Last Crusade, not Miriam from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Two, is there really a city called El Pez, the city of candy dispensers, like in real life?
Rattan? Lost? I just got a postcard from him. Now where did I put it?
A postcard? I got a can of film that doesn't like wicker furniture.
This mystery goes deeper than we thought.
He was just here. I took him to see the pyramid.
Can you take me there? He found a clue that I need to see.
Or maybe she could just tell you what the clue is since she went with Mr. Lunt. Like, remember she said that. So she could just tell you what it is because she was there and she saw it, right? Right? Or would that make too much sense? Is the same screenwriter who's been writing all his jokes wrote this, so what am I talking about?
Para la niña. For the girl. Helado de piña. Pineapple ice cream. Para la señora. For the lady.
Is she identifying genders? Never do that again, Petunia. You're triggering me.
They have 63 genders up there, but they can't have my gender? Bro, what are you doing? Bro? Did you just assume my gender?
Nice! Para todo la cuadrilla. Un helado de vainilla. That's vanilla, I guess. That's it. I'm done.
Larry got his feelings hurt over that? What is he, a child? What is this, VeggieTales in the house?
I'll name mine Steve.
I am disappointed.
We'll have to finish this later. Come back, senor. We will sing the dance of the cucumber.
Dance of the Cucumber? Could it be? Veggieception. Minnesota Cuke and Petunia are forced to walk backwards up the pyramid, apparently due to the fact that Noah had to do silly things too. That's why they're also doing the silly thing. Minnesota gets upset when people are laughing at him as he goes the period backwards and decides to give in to the peer pressure of their laughter and go up the normal way. Oh, and Petunia points out how some guy's been spying on them this whole time, but Minnesota Cuke doesn't really seem to care. You know, why would you care? You're on an epic quest to find something big. You know, someone's spying on you, whatever. Anyways, Petunia ends up seeing the clue, but gets kidnapped at the same time. I'm not even kidding right now.
It's unbelievable how you can keep up with a speeding truck by swinging on vines.
Did VeggieTales just take a shot at Crystal Skull? Wow. I'm impressed. Minnesota Cuke catches up to the fleeing truck but falls off of it. Luckily, Petunia's purse falls right into his invisible hands. Inside, he finds a postcard that Mr. Lunt sent from Iraq. Oh boy, I wonder if he will run into ISIS there. Wait, I don't think ISIS is a thing yet. Thanks, Hillary Clinton. We find out that Wicker is a person and not some furniture, and that he has Mr. Lunt kidnapped. As it turns out, Wicker is also Mr. Lunt's twin, but with red curly hair. Mr. Lunt does clear up how he is now a follower of God and not some atheist con artist like Wicker. I am glad to see there is continuity between the Cuke episodes.
To steal Noah's Ark. Let's not be silly. You and I both know that the real treasure is Noah's umbrella.
Oh my gosh. Are we serious? Are we really just copying what we did last time in Samson's Hairbrush, where they thought that some object has all the power? I thought they learned their lesson last time. This really is Indiana Jones.
Wily and wicked.
Yes, Wicker is wicked and wily.
Willy.
Yes, really wicked. He's a really, really wily and wicked rascal.
This episode has a terrible habit of going off on rabbit trails and then acting like it's a joke by staring into the camera, giving you like a little wink, like one of those. And then it's like, look at me, ain't I being a clever? And you're not being clever, VeggieTales. I'm on to your schemes. Stop it. Stop it right now. For whatever reason, Petunia is not tied up and is able to use her hairpin to pick the lock on the door. Why she doesn't untie Mr. Lunt first is beyond me. Minnesota Cuke then confuses Wicker with Mr. Lunt and gives away all of Mr. Lunt's secrets and his secrets as well. We then witness a wacky misunderstanding when Cuke talks with the freshly escaped Mr. Lunt and Wicker, never knowing that they're actually two different vegetables. Apparently he doesn't see the red curly hair. It brings up many instances of me asking, why did the character do that? Why did they not? What? So instead of pondering on those questions, let's just move on.
The Lord told Noah to build him an arky. The Lord told Noah to build him an arky.
Cuke, you gotta man up and power through this. I'm not sure what else to tell you, but you gotta act like everyone else is a scrub and you're the cool one. That's the only way to get through this incident.
It rained and poured for 40 long days. Daisies rained and poured for 40 long days.
If anyone could sing while someone else hits the buttons, then why is Minnesota Cuke doing the singing while he's dancing? Mr. Lunt or Petunia could sing. Mr. Lunt could sing, Petunia plays the piano, and Larry does the bouncing. I mean, it makes sense, they're a team.
It's not about the lyrics or the rhythm. It's about pressing the tiles in the correct order.
See? Anyone could do it. It didn't require Minnesota Cuke doing it. In fact, Minnesota Cuke could have been the one singing, and Mr. Lunt could have been the one jumping on the buttons. Wicker opens up the secret entrance, and instead of just, shoving Cuke and his friends off the mountaintop, he instead places them in a massive bird feeder. Like he just had that bird feeder on him, when he captured Minnesota Cuke, so later on they can make an exciting escape scene later on.
I hate cliffhangers.
Which can only mean one thing.
And now it's time for Silly Songs with Larry, the part of the show where Larry comes out and sings a silly song.
Yep, it's time for a silly song, and one can only hope they top the Sneeze Doctor. But I don't think it's likely. But we'll see.
Just as I suspected, good thing I stopped and checked it. My pad is stained and blotted from liquids you spilled on it. I'm afraid the jig is up.
The jig is up?
You must use a sippy cup.
Oh no! The pain! The horror! The embarrassment!
Don't bring me a sippy cup. Haven't spilled since yesterday. Water won't stain anyway. Bring a mug, bring a jug, just don't bring a sippy cup.
Larry's going to eventually get a glass and then spill it. Am I right? Is that really where we're going with this 3.5-minute song?
Compliments of the house. Grape juice.
Grape juice?
This is a disaster waiting to happen. I can't bear to watch.
Oops.
Wow, I'm in complete and utter shock. I don't think my heart could take any more complete surprises and twists, for I would possibly have a heart attack and pass out right here in front of the camera in the middle of the show. I'm just so surprised right now.
This has been Silly Songs with Laddie. Tune in next time to hear Laddie say,
I'll take that sippy cup.
This is another solid silly song. It's not one of the best, but it's pretty good, and I do recommend looking up and watching the whole thing yourself. Ah yes, back to our daring escape. Petunia convinces Minnesota Cuke to stop being such a wuss, and they finally escape the situation that none of us thought they actually could possibly make a break from. I mean, who really thought they were gonna escape? I thought they were goners for sure. They then go back to the secret cave, and Minnesota overcomes his fear of being laughed at and does something embarrassing to get his team to the fabled nose umbrella. Oh, and we are told that any loud noises would cause the cave to crumble. Yeah, so keep that in mind. We did just see them ice board, though, while making lots of noise, but once again, keep it in mind, any loud noises, whole cave. Yeah, this this whole episode has had more plot holes than a typical VeggieTales episode, so we'll just let it go. That seems to be the trend in this one. Somehow Mr. Lunt and Petunia get captured again, and Minnesota Cuke finds a wall of umbrellas. He picks the right one with the help of Petunia via text, and what do you know? The cave starts to collapse. Don't even comment on it. Just keep ignoring the plot conveniences. I've been doing it. You guys can do it too. Of course, those Canadian Mounties. Who didn't see that coming? They've made their triumphant return from Samson's Hairbrush, and they're not even in Canada. But of course, the Canadian Mounties.
but the joke is on you. The umbrella is a dud.
I know the umbrella doesn't do anything. I was hoping we'd find the Ark here.
The umbrella is just as useless as Samson's hairbrush. What a twist! I did not see that coming.
Though that umbrella contains an even greater treasure.
Surely, O Lord, you bless the righteous.
And it just contains a verse that anyone could have read in their Bible. Fantastic stuff. Proud of you. Good job. Really glad I watched the whole episode just to find that out.
It still would have been nice to find that Ark.
It's probably rotted away after thousands of years under the snow.
I guess we'll never know.
Let me guess, it isn't rotted away and everyone just overlooked it at some point in this episode.
Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God glory, glory, children of the Lord.
Wow! What a disappointment.
Your bag is smiling. It wasn't smiling before.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sounds like Larry needs a lesson about lying. Minnesota Cuke and the Search for Jesus' Cross, coming soon to a Lifeway near you.
Being afraid of people can get you into trouble, but if you trust in the Lord, you will be safe. Proverbs 29:25.
Hi, guys. I feel really happy, and I don't know why.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, let's not and say we did. Oh, wait, I just perpetuated lying. Do I need to join him on his journey for Jesus' cross?
God made you special, and he loves you very much.
Bye!
That was Minnesota Cuke and the Search for Samson's Hairbrush. Wait. Oh, sorry. All right, that was Minnesota Cuke and the Search for Noah's Umbrella. You see, I have the same issue with the Minnesota Cuke episodes as I do with Indiana Jones, and it's because they copied Indiana Jones. The fact that Last Crusade is pretty much just copy Ray's Lost Ark. I mean, it's like a reskinning of the whole movie. They're both good movies, and both these episodes are really good. I know I'm sarcastic through the whole thing, but it's only because it's just a retelling of Samson's Hairbrush, but with Noah's Umbrella. So, I mean, for that, it's not that great, but if you like Samson's Hairbrush, then you'll like Noah's Umbrella. Fair enough. I wanted to make this a two-part episode. I really felt like there was enough content to do it, but we've had a string of two-part episodes recently, and I'm trying to push forward this next episode. See, this next episode is going to be amazing. Next time we're reviewing Pistachio, the little boy that wouldn't. It would be St. Nicholas, but we already reviewed that, so the episode after St. Nicholas is Pistachio, the little boy that wouldn't. And man, this episode's gonna be absolutely amazing. Remember that God made you special and he loves you very much. Bye!